Today we're talking about the Made for More campaign. You received this in the mail, so let me explain it to you. Check this out. Hey everybody, thanks for joining my Pastor Paul update. We're talking about the Made for More capital campaign. Last Sunday was such a great Sunday. We had our annual celebration where we really kicked off our campaign. We told everybody that you're going to be receiving a campaign prospectus, a packet in the mail, encouraging you to contribute to the campaign. So I want to just go through that packet with you. Ellie and I received ours today, so if you haven't gotten it yet, maybe it'll be here tomorrow. If you don't get one, you can always pick one up at the office. We'd sure love for you to come and pick one up. It's called Made for More. We've been talking about it in our sermon series, and I want to walk through this packet that you received. We broke it down into a few sections. Basically, why are we doing a campaign? Why and how are we going to do a campaign? Why me and why not? And then the last page is next steps. So let me just start off with the why of the capital campaign. We really want this to be not just a fundraiser, but a way for you to grow in your relationship with Jesus as you become a more generous person. And so we're serious about this. We want everybody to know what we're going to be all about with this campaign. So if you'll see in the why section, you'll see that we have 4 points, and I'm going to go backwards with them. Number 4, faith is at the core of this campaign. We want you to grow in your faith. I believe that when you can trust God with your finances, it just opens up endless possibilities for growing in faith. Money is one of the things that we attach ourselves to the most. And if we can be generous with it and trust God to provide for us, it just changes our relationship with God and with others. Number 3, we're going to be accountable, we're going to be transparent, and we're going to communicate as often as we can in this campaign. So you're going to hear about this over and over and over again, not in a drum beating way, but just to keep you informed. We want to make sure that you know how we are using the money that has been given for this campaign. Number 2, we have a goal of 100% participation. So let me tell you what that means for wherever you're at when it comes to giving here at St. Mark's. If you're not giving anything financially at St. Mark's, what we would ask of you is that you would consider giving to our general budget. Forget about the campaign if you're not giving anything at all. Just let the campaign, off to the side and just say, okay, first and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my finances and I'm going to say, okay, what can I give back to the Lord each month? Okay, so that's what we want you to do. If you're already giving to St. Mark's, we would encourage you to think number 2 about what you can give more. And we would ask you to take that step of faith and look at your finances and say, okay, where can I honor God by giving more? And that more can be finally either general giving or to the capital campaign, either one. But we want everybody to participate. And trust me, I believe that you can participate in this.
Yeah, baby, you can do it!
If you hear in the back of your head, like right now, oh, Pastor Paul, you don't know my situation. There's nothing I can give. You can always give. I promise you this. Even if it's just a quarter, you can give. And that's what God encourages us to do. So I want to encourage you to do that. And we're looking for a goal of 100% participation. We want everybody to experience the joy of giving. And the last thing is this. This is a 3-year campaign. Usually in the past, we've had maybe 4 or 5-year campaigns. We want this to be done by 2025. We don't want to lose our steam with this. And so we're going to do this. We're going to hit it hard for 3 years. And so we're finished up in 2025. So those are the whys, the 4 things you need to know about the campaign. Let me talk about the why and how. What are we doing with the funds? If you've missed this in the past, let me just go through these 3 things briefly. We are going to use the funds from this campaign for mortgage reduction. So we have about a $3.6 million mortgage, and we've been hanging on to it for too long, and we're going to try to bust this out. We want to use it for mission. So we're going to take part of the funds from this and tithe, give it away, use it for missions. The 2 things that we're interested in are church planting and low-cost rentals. So the first thing is about expanding ministry and church planting, maybe other locations, maybe thinking of St. Mark's Online, hiring a pastor for that, whatever it might be. Secondly, the low-cost rentals. We're thinking of possibly buying homes and re-gentrifying them, working with Wellington Heights Community Church, working with other organizations in our community to make sure we get the right people in these homes, and we can offer them low-cost rentals, basically low-cost rent, so that they can have a brighter future. There's more details on this on our webpage. I'll get to that in just a minute. And then finally, campus improvements. They're just some things that we want to take care of here at St. Mark's. You'll see under the why and how a percentage breakdown. Up to $3 million and above $3 million, but not above $4 million. You'll see the breakdown for mortgage reduction is at 85%. The mission is at 10%, and our campus improvements at 5%. That means if we raise $3 million, 85% of $3 million would be going to our mortgage reduction. And you'll see the different categories: over $3 million raised, over $4 million raised, over $5 million. Let me just give you a ballpark perspective on these things. At $3 million, we would be able to pay our monthly mortgage payments and a little bit more, but we would probably still end up with about $1 million left in our mortgage. We don't know what we would do at that point, whether we would do another campaign or we would try to assume that into our budget. We haven't calculated that yet. We're hoping to get more than $3 million. We're hoping to bust this out. If we reach $4 million, all of a sudden things change drastically. At $4 million, if we don't finish out completely our mortgage, it'll be so small that we can move it into the general budget, or we might just be able to say, okay, let's do one more push and it'll be completely finished. We'd be able to take 15% of what was given and give it to missions. And this would be a tremendous amount, the largest we've ever moved into mission work here at St. Mark's in a campaign. And then 7.5% of campus improvements. That actually would allow us to get a new digital screen in the Faith Worship Center, start the pavilion that we've been talking about, do some campus renovations that would work well for the Tower Terrace road coming in. And so at $4 million, we really, that's like the median goal. If we hit 5, everything is accomplished that we really have set our hearts on. Our mortgage is paid off. We have $1 million for mission work. And then of course we have $500,000 for campus improvements. That would be totally awesome. And that's what we're shooting for. That's our stretch goal. And so that's how we're breaking this down. I want to say this right now, we have a couple forums that are coming up. They're going to be February 24th and March 24th. Those 2 days are when we're going to have a Q&A forum. We'd love for you to be at it. We could talk more in detail about those 3 different percentage goals. Finally, why me, why not? You'll see that in your Made for More prospectus. Why me? It's basically saying, hey, I know there's a lot of reasons why you can say, why not me? But God has called us to this, and we can tackle this together. And you'll see some testimonies from some folks here at St. Mark's. And then why not? Is like, hey, why not now? You think of all the reasons why not, and I'm pretty sure God will say, hey, that's fine, but why not you? And so we kind of have that as an encouragement in there. On the last part of your Made for More prospectus, you'll see at the end, next steps. And so this is what I want to just close with here in my Pastor Paul update. You'll see in your Made for More prospectus a commitment card. We are asking for these back by Easter. Now, I mentioned before February 24th and March 24th, Q&A sessions. Another 24 you need to remember is April 24th, because that's actually when we take all of the commitments together and we put them down on paper and we tell everybody, okay, this is what we've committed. And so April 24th is our kickoff. It's our celebration of the Made for More campaign. And so you can do this, you can fill this form out and give it to the front office. You can mail it to us. You can fill this out online as well. And you can make a one-time donation. You can say, hey, this is going to be spread out over 3 years, however you want to give. You can tell us that. But please remember this, we are looking for you to prayerfully consider how you can be part of Made for More, and to let us know your commitment by Easter. So Easter is April 17th. Our campaign celebration is April 24th. March 24th and February 24th are our Q&A forums. Feel free to join us for that. And at any point, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Feel free to email Lisa Pritchard. She's our director of this campaign, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Any questions at all, we'd love to hear from you. Finally, I want to just say this. I announced this at the annual celebration, but to kick off this campaign, we already have over $1.4 million committed. This is because some people have gone out of their way, and they're the tip of the spear, and they've said, hey, we're going to commit this to the campaign because we want to see this just do amazing things. And so I just encourage you, know that there are people who are already committed to this, and we'd love for you to consider your commitment as well. Again, if you have any questions about Made for More campaign, we'd sure love to hear from you. God's blessings as you prayerfully consider this. You're going to hear more about this in my Pastor Paul updates in the weeks ahead. But God's blessings to you as you connect faith and life, especially in the Made for More campaign.